Hey guys, if we reach 1,000 likes, we'll be giving out 2 of our new shirts. All you gotta do is click like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. The Brony fandom. They certainly do love to create art. A lot of art. I mean a lot of art. It floods everything. It literally got them kicked off of every website. That's why they have so many dedicated to themselves, because they flooded everything. But amidst the mountains of garbage of artwork, there are always tons of gems. And I think I've seen the fandom grow up throughout the years. They went from traces and well, most of them went from tracing to being able to draw normally. A couple of you out there apparently still trace. Hashtag relevant topics. Anyways, another art form that the fandom loves to do besides drawing is music. Music was super big in the fandom, and maybe it's because it was an animated show and music was always a huge focal point of it, but music just really resonated in the community. There were so many musicians who just started out because they became a brony. It's amazing to think that just by watching the show, they had the creative just explosion within themselves. And any show that does that to me, regardless of if I personally like it, is a good show. That is just a simple fact. It is a good show. I thought it was only fitting though that since we did top 10 canon show songs, that we do top 10 fandom show songs. Keep in mind, this is my list and you don't have to like my list by any means, but I don't have to make the same list that you have. Number 10. Rainbow Factory.
Now a rainbow's tale isn't quite as nice as the story we knew of sugar and spice.
So, I'm not sure if the story came first or the song, but this whole song and story is from the period where the fandom just had nothing but shock value. That's all they wanted. Just like cupcakes, logic is thrown out the window in favor of over-the-top gore, such as grinding small children to make rainbows. Because logic. Not only that, but the children were chosen by taking the weakest of the flyers to use as rainbow fuel. These inept flyers mount an escape by coordinating a complex escape route by flying. Because logic again. Anyways, I guess I should talk about the song at some point here. It was good. I mean it. It's standard dubstep with vocals that were heavily distorted. If you're into it, it's probably awesome. If you're not, it's probably annoying. I'm kind of mixed on it. That's why it's at number 10. Number 9. Children of the Night.
Come, little children, I'll take thee away into a land of enchantment.
This one is only lower on the list because I feel like the visuals are a huge part of its popularity. Don't get me wrong, I like the song as well, but it's not exactly something someone will listen to often. It's a very light, string-heavy, orchestral song. The singer has a very large and whole full-sounding voice. The song's vocal performance sounds like a lullaby, which is fitting of the topic. It's a tone that's loving yet dark, hopeful yet hesitant. You're very entrapped by the vocals, but you also have a tinge of fear as well. It sounds like something could just go wrong at any moment. Like there's certain peaks that just feel like you're climbing up a cliff and you're about to jump off. The song gives a myriad of emotions at the same time, and it's definitely one everyone should check out at least once. Number 8. Your Enigma, Wish. Enigma is easily one of the most underrated musicians in the fandom. He's created some of the best music I've heard here. He's done some pretty good techno, swingy style stuff. I'm not exactly sure what to classify him as. I'm not a music savant here. This song is a nice little saw-heavy track that fits perfectly with Pinky's poppy style, and it even kind of matches what an artist like Pinky would put out. It also has some vocal cuts in it, which is a man talking about his own birthday, and all he really wants for his birthday is to make you move, to make you dance, to make you live, to make you feel. It's iconic breaks like this that take some sort of ancient TV show or voice line and puts it in the song in a way that fits, that just makes songs amazing. This break here really sells me on this song. There are only a few things that I have a problem with. Mainly it's the chorus where Pinky is saying make a wish, it's your birthday. It's slightly stretched to make the time of the beat, and that can be a little bit jarring. The rest of the song is actually dead on though, and I totally recommend him and the song. Number 7. Real Pinky, a favorite in our streams.
Y'all act like you never seen a pink pony before. Eyes on the floor like Mrs. Cake is being a whore. With me babysitting worse than before. Apples to the core, head apple core's rotten now. And now Twilight's like, no, what a catastrophe. She didn't use the legend of the mirror pool, did she?
I would have put this higher in the list, but it's not exactly an original song. It's the same beat and about the same bars with minimalistic changes following the same kind of format as the original. In essence, it's a parody. Please support the official release. The vocal artist isn't exactly a dead-on Pinky, but it's close enough, I suppose. There are only a few rhymes that don't actually flow as well, which is surprising for rap, especially if you're talking about modern day mainstream rap. But it's something fun for diehard Eminem fans and people who love ponies. I'm not exactly sure what the overlap there is, but I don't think it's very large. But hey, a lot of people enjoyed it, so go check it out. Number 6, your Enigma, Tavi and Scratch, On Hold.
Yeah. Come on.
Yo, when we first met, I finished my first set. You were in the club while it spun till the floor split. Attached at the hips, dance till the sunrise. Never catch a sleep, always talk really fun times.
So I know I put him in the list already, but there's actually quite a few repeating artists, so I might as well shout out one of the ones that I follow. This one's featuring Rhymeflow and it's another rap song for the fandom. We don't have many that get big, and this one is mixed with a famous genre in the fandom, house/dubstep, with rap. We don't have many that get big in the fandom, and this one mixed the fandom's favorite genre of house/dubstep with rap. Sometimes it's a bit weird if the mixture is like this, but I think this song pulled it off pretty well. It also seems to follow the narrative of a relationship of Vinyl Scratch and Octavia through a trilogy of songs, as the lyrics and feelings often seem to progress in a linear fashion with one another. Rhymeflow is an artist I don't think we hear enough in the later part of the fandom. I believe he was a lot bigger in the earlier days, but hey man, let's see you get some bangers. Number 5, Beyond Her Tomb.
You try your best, but it's not quite there.
Yeah, carrot top, go beyond the garden and be the queen you know that you're destined to be. You gotta follow your heart, now that's the start to be serene.
Another classic from the past of the fandom. It's one of the few that I actually know of that talks about Carrot Top. I'm sure there's a few out there, but I simply don't know them, and I believe this is the largest one. As well, it attempts to tackle a stranger subject of Carrot Top being hated and attacked by society. I get the overarching meaning of people attacking you because you're different, because you stand out, etc, etc, cliche, but it comes off as weird when you stop and think they literally killed her because she sells carrots. Number 4, September.
I can't remember what happened in September, when everything is gone, when it's dark and I'm alone. It's been forever since I could have remembered where the hell is every pony. I just want to know the story of what happened right before I became so alone.
This was one of my personal favorites for quite a while back in the day. The vocals weren't exactly anything to call home about. In fact, they were pretty bad, but in how bad they were, there was a certain charm to it, something that made it a little more real. Sure, we could see a fancy model who's been airbrushed and edited to look perfect, but sometimes light imperfections allow us to truly be able to empathize with an art piece. No matter your ego, you know you're not perfect. And to see or hear something that may take your, and to see or hear something that may, and to hear or see something that is, may take you out of your immersion, because you can't imagine yourself as being that. The story is decent that the song tries to explain, and it has a bit of an M. Night Shyamalan twist to it, where it turns out, hey, surprise, surprise, you're the villain. It's actually something I wish media would do often. Most movies and films and songs focuses you being the hero, and they give us a straightforward path. This guy is evil. They don't really go any deeper than that. You need to defeat him because he's bad. Not really realizing that there's shades of gray, and sometimes the people who we call heroes aren't exactly heroes. In this case, this guy's just a dick. It's no real gray area about it. He literally killed everyone. But still, it's a nice little change of pace. Number 3, Love Me Cheerily.
Hey cheerily, I'm afraid to raise my hand. I have something to ask you, cause I want to understand. It's not about homework, it's about 1 + 1 is 2.
What's a good thing to write a song about? How about the fantasy of a grade student wanting to marry his teacher and fighting other boys over her? Tombstone is back on the track as a vocalist in this one, just like in September. He also comes up with a very catchy chorus. I believe he wrote it, I could be wrong. The animation that goes along with it is pretty fun too. Not much more to say about it, but it's certainly one that if you haven't checked out, you should put it on your list to do so. Number 2, 20% Cooler. Loud. This song was mixed so loudly, I would use it to drown out everything in the world and be completely immersed in the song. I could quote it to perfection at one point. It's titled after a hopefully dead meme at this point, but at the time, I didn't care about that. All I cared about was the loud bass and decent lyrics. This guy, though, isn't actually a brony artist. I wouldn't even say he's a furry artist. It seems like he's taken all of the big three: anime, furries, and bronies. He's also one of the few people who use real instruments in a lot of his mixes. That's just amazing. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those people who say keyboard and mice aren't instruments. God knows I do some light mixing every now and again, but it is kind of refreshing to see someone who actually picks up a guitar and strums it. And the number one song is, you know what the number one song is. It's Discord.
The one behind it all. Discord. I'm howling out the moon and sleeping in the middle of a summer afternoon. Discord.
I actually have made notes of what to say for every song here, except for this one. This one needs no words. You all know it. You all demand that I play it in streams 24/7. Everyone demands it be played at cons 24/7. This song is just, I guess it's just so catchy. I think the intro statement of just Discord just catches people. Tombstone, I'm not sure what it is that you did. I know it's not your biggest song by any means, but at least in the brony fandom, it is probably the most prolific song to ever be created. Tombstone, whatever you did, you captured lightning, and then proceeded to catch lightning like hundreds of other times with Five Nights at Freddy's, just all kinds of other random mixes. You have millions of subscribers, you're doing good. So obviously you kept up that lightning, you kept that bottle of lightning, and you just been sprinkling it on everything that you do. So that's gonna do it for my list. And keep in mind, these are a lot of 2010, 2011, 2012 songs. I know I'm such an old brony or whatever. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys had a song that you wish was on this list, leave it down in the comments down below. As always, guys, I'll see you next time. Hey there guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you're interested in getting some merch, visit our TeePublic store. And if you really love us, be sure to check out our Patreon where you can get some awesome perks for supporting the channel.